Namaskar. How to achieve sustainable agriculture? Okay. So when I was going through the data of SDG 1.5, okay, at that time I found out so many gaps as if a human being is not using his brain just on a lighter side, because we want to achieve sustainable goals, sustainable development goals, and sustainable agriculture, but it should not be at the cost of eutrophication, means fertilizers getting flown away by water and unwanted weeds and all those things as per the agricultural norms they are growing, maybe going into the ocean, maybe going into the river. First point. Second point, without cutting the jungle, because a lot of jungle land have been converted into agriculture, and then that agricultural land has been acquired by the land mafias around the world. That has been told by that adivasi I told you, the aboriginal person. So without cutting the jungle. Third point, without erosion of soil. You see, they are doing agriculture on the mountains, and a lot of land is flown, mudslides are there, because not by ethics and norms they are doing a lot of things on the mountains, even in Himalayas or so many places around the world. So erosion of soil is there, at so many places, near the river, near the sea, near so many places, because of interference of human activities, that is for sure. That is what we are talking. Fourth, without losing soil fertility. Imagine somebody from the Punjab, one of the farmers said to me, क्या होता है आशीष कि if we use lot of chemicals, chemical fertilizer and all those things, pesticides and all those things, the soil loses its fertility. So why can't the compost, vermi compost and all those things, fertilizers have been used? Organic farming is best, he said, without adding chemical destructive properties in the soil. Again, once I discussed it with the one farmer in Vidarbha region in Maharashtra, where a lot of suicides were there recently. You might be knowing, since 5-10 years. I mean, so many years it is going on. Still, there are some suicides, but those are not highlighted in the newspaper and dailies and news. It is different issue, but it is still there. So they said that if the plants and the land gets used to for the chemical fertilizer and chemical pesticides, then we have to do it every crop season, every crop, we have to do that. So it becomes the vicious circle and vicious cycle. So that's what he said. But another thing, so it should not be at the cost of sustainable agriculture, should not be at the cost of destruction of mountain ranges. You see, you go maybe any big cities, maybe Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, or so many places, even in Himalayas, mountain ranges have been destroyed. I mean, you might know in Mumbai, landfills are there, and a lot of reclamation of land is taken from the sea and used for the construction purpose. That much greed is there around the world. Maybe New York, Bombay, you go to even so many places, near London you go, any big cities you may say. Okay, so mountains are destroyed, their rocks are taken, it is filled into the land, so that they can reclaim it from the sea. And so, I mean, even in sea is not left. Leave aside the rivers and small lakes in Bangalore. So, once we are going at some place in Bombay, near Pune, and near Bangalore, near Delhi as well. I said, in 1980s, I saw a mountain there, it is not there. At that time, one old man said, in each places, At least one old man said, yes, it was there, you are right. That has been used for the maybe road construction, maybe for some other means. So without destruction of mountain ranges, we want sustainable agriculture. So we want sustainable agriculture without destroying the biogeochemical cycle balance. You see, parali, I means after the produce has been taken away from the agriculture land, the leftover part of those plants have been burnt near the aliens. You might be knowing a lot of pollution is there. In China it is happening, in India it is happening, in Brazil it is happening, in USA it is happening. Most of the uh, in Canada I have seen that, in USA I heard, and videos are available. So biogeochemical cycle has been destroyed. Next is agriculture sustainability should be there without pollution of hydrosphere. Once the chemicals are poured in the fertilizers or pesticides and all those things, the hydrosphere gets polluted. We don't have to say that. Even for fracking, for oil extraction, fracking is done. So hydrosphere is destroyed because of that as well. So many times children say, sir, I mean, even the big students, we call them children because they are quite young, no? Sir, the only species that doesn't have brain is human being. How can you say the human being has the best and genius brain? Okay. So hydrosphere is destroyed. Then agriculture sustainability should be there without destruction of organic practices. Years together, people say millions of years. In Himalayas, they take 12 kinds of crops each year that feed them well and they give them energy as well, organically, because they are all vegetarians. So they have agriculture practices, vermicompost and compost and all those things they are doing since billions of years. Now we have given them names, that is different issue. So without destruction of organic practices, even in Maharashtra there are, once we heard the interview of one 72 years lady, grandmother for example. She said she is taking so many crops organically, and she has preserved each kind of seed she's been doing since some 50-60 years. Preserve those seeds so that organically she can get the produce, and she doesn't go to any place, kirana shop or grocery shop to buy some food material. She sows on her and feed herself. Next is sustainable agriculture should be there without the destruction of fertile land. Already we discussed that how the chemicals destroyed the fertility of the land. You tell me, once I discussed with one of the farmer. He said the biggest destruction of fertilizer is by using chemicals, because that fertility, that chemical composition of the soil in that area in that season is different, and it gets adopted since millions of years. If we are our own chemicals and interference is there, human interference is there, it loses its fertility. I don't want to say anything else. Agriculture sustainability should be there without losing the and destruction of age-old practices. Already we discussed about that grandmother. Agricultural sustainability should be there without destruction of agricultural lifestyle of humans. On this, a lot of research papers and a lot of videos are there, but this is a new one because SDG 1.5 is there, where a lot of such things have been discussed. Those are destroying the whole Mother Nature, Mother Earth also. Because of the interference and the malignant practices of human beings. I'm thankful to God because I'm not part of this. I'm not doing on my own. By force, we have to buy those things, that is different issue. But once you see it and you don't raise the voice and keep your mouth shut, then you become part of that. I'm not part of this. That's all. Without destruction of agriculture lifestyle of humans. You see, many a times I talk to almost 80% places in India. I talk to the farmers. They said it is our lifestyle. We don't feel we are farmers unless we go in the morning, maybe 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and see the land, how it is, what happened in the night, and check it, all these things, come back home, take a bath, take lunch, or take lunch with them and go take the lunch on the field. That is lifestyle. Unless we go on the land, we don't take the fresh oxygen over there, we don't feel we are farmers. That is a lifestyle. Then in the night we go and have a nice sleep. Beautiful. And at the end of the day, we are farmers. We are feeding the world without expecting anything. Because many times we invest, suppose 100 rupees. We do not get even 100 rupees. Still we know we feed the world. Annapurna Mata, means the goddess of food, has given this task to us, and that is why we are doing that. Another person said, sir, before starting the agriculture, season, we go and offer prayers to our land. After produce and during produce been taken out, then at that time also we offer prayers to the goddess of Annapurna. That is, that is the lifestyle. That is the way a lot of farmers in India are living. Great, simply great. So, without destruction of agriculture lifestyle of humans, we should achieve the sustainable agriculture. Next point, 13th point is, agriculture sustainability should be there without destruction of millions of species and life cycles on Mother Earth and their life cycles on Mother Earth. You see, in a lot of scripts, it is written that there are 8.4 million species are there on Mother Earth. But we could find only 1.2 million, something like that. Where are the other 7.2 million species? We couldn't find. Earlier, some 50 years ago, whenever you go to jungle, on each square inch of land of the jungle, 400 species could be found. It has got reduced to 200 species of microbes or whatever you may say. So almost half the species have been destructed, destroyed, made extinct by human greed only. And we have to accept it, otherwise we will not be able to exalt ourselves, live a very good life. We will not be able to give good life to our future generations. And these destructions are done just because of greed. Greed, Greed. Now, agriculture practices should be good, sustainable agriculture should be good, otherwise destruction of atmosphere is also there. Some people are claiming that since 1850 till date, 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree temperature have been raised, increased. For example, now the average temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. At that time it was 23 degrees Celsius, and we are adding a lot of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and so many pollutants in the atmosphere. Now, if you don't accept the truth, to whom we are lying? And do you think that the people who are playing with statistics, other people don't have brains? Why we lie? We should accept it. Yeah. Then the question, a lot of farmers, even news reporters are raising Are sustainable development goals just the theory, or is it the practice? It has to come into the practice, that's for sure. So sustainable agriculture should be there, but not destruction of environment. Not only the environment, the ecosystem, but environment at each home as well, each person as well. Every body has its environment. Now you keep adding lot of things, lot of chemicals into it. The human body, the genes, the DNA, the lot of fantastic things may happen. So once I use the fantastic word, do you mean, sir, like Spider-Man, if Spider bites to that person, he gets converted into Spider-Man? Do you mean to say that? We started laughing. So in one sentence, he threw Spider-Man concept into dustbin. Whatever it may be. Now, next 16th point. Total replacement of human agriculture practices with the robots might destroy, artificial intelligence and all those things you use for something, but everything will be done by the automation and robots and all those things. So that might destroy our agriculture skills in long run. So some human part should always be there. This is my request to all. 16th. Okay, this point is over. 17th. So in short, sustainable agriculture should be there, but not at the cost of humanity. 18th point. Or development should be there, but not at the cost of humanity. Development should be there, sustainable development, but not at the cost of humanity. If we are not then what kind of sustainable development we are talking about? Or 20th point, development should not be at the cost of humanity as well. Human civilization and your humanity, ethics, values. If you destroy other species and you will say, I am the king of the humans will say we are the kings of the mother nature and mother earth. That is foolishness. It means we have used our brain negative infinitely, not positive infinitely. Okay. 21st point is suggestions, remarks and comments are welcome, so that you can use these points for further research as well, so that humane development is there. HUMANE development should be there. Having some kindness, having some compassion, using your conscious, humanity should develop. Otherwise, it is for sure we are at the cusp of some big catastrophe. We are not yet knowing it, what is going to happen, but we are at the cusp of some bigger catastrophe, that is for sure. It needs genuine efforts, that is also my request. 22nd point, from all the humans. Otherwise, we are at the cusp of major disaster, not only sixth mass extinction. Mass extinction, everybody know. Already we said we have seen that point, that a lot of in jungles 400 species were there in 1 square inch, now 200 are there. And red list of the extinction is also there, that almost after evaluating 167,000 species, they have claimed that almost 40,000 are at the cusp of extinction. So are we species destroyer, or what are we exactly doing? You see, agriculture, fertile land are also used for the construction of roads, construction of buildings and factories. There will not be even a fertile land left in India then, or in USA, or in Russia, or in Europe, or in Australia, North America, South America continent, or Africa, or so many places. In organized way, the human being is trying to control the whole nature, but nature is more organized than us. We are just we are just a blue dot in the whole infinite galaxies, in fact infinite universes. So how can we oversmart the that entity, maybe you call it God, that has created infinite dimension, infinite galaxies, infinite universes, infinite places where the more intelligent species than human beings are there. Okay, so we have to stop all this so that we can really have a sustainable development. So I shall read that sentence that I have written. It needs genuine efforts from all the humans, otherwise we are at the cusp of major disaster. Not only sixth mass extinction, but really a great major disaster, and we don't know yet what is that. Okay, so we need agriculture should be taken seriously, and farmers should be taken seriously. You see, I have to write this because that report 2023 report has been out by United Nations, and United Nations starts that website, and so many places of United Nations it is available, and a lot of farmers are agitating around the globe, right from Europe to India to so many places. So I mean, why minimum selling price is not decided by farmers? There are so many points. You can decide the cost of the phone, the computer, the automobile, the industrialist, but farmers cannot decide their own minimum selling price. That is their major concern around the globe. I mean, who am I to say? I'm just a common man, common citizen of the world. But it is sure that sustainable agriculture should be there, but not at the cost of humanity. Human beings, powerful people, rich people, and all those kinds of people who are trying to control each and everything. This, I should have all the reins to control all the world. This is imperialistic mindset. It is there in all the countries, in all the religions, in all the cities, in all the places it is available, such kind of people. But they should understand we are here by, as Swami Vivekananda said, for 100 years we are here. 100 years ago we will not be there, 100 years later we will not be here. So before every human being dies, you should think of it that development, progress, peace, and prosperity should be there, but not at the cost of humanity. That's my final request. And once these kind of things are done, then only we'll be able to become yogi, the bhakta, and we'll be able to go to moon, Mars, and beyond. Otherwise, if we keep fighting here on Mother Earth, we'll repeat same thing on moon, Mars, and beyond as well. Somebody said jokingly, "Sir, on Mother Earth we cannot live properly. While traveling in the spaceship, we might fight and destroy ourselves. When this that spaceship goes near the Mars, maybe the shortest distance, for example, not moon beyond. So our spaceship reaches there, but no living being will be there inside that. That kind of mentality is there for human civilization. So we have to overcome our greed and live, for the needs of each one of us only. That's all. Need-based sustainable development are possible, not greed-based. Okay, so thank you very much.